Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to Pro Cycling Measure 2019 Career Episode number 89. This is it. We're in the final stages, stage 18 of 21 at the Giro d'Italia. Can we hang on? We'll see. News before we get into that next stage. Valverde is finally going to retire. He's 40 years old. And Dianigi, his fitness peak has finally come to an end, so our support is going to drop off a little bit in these last couple of stages. Stage 18 is entirely down to the climb at the end. 14 kilometers in length, 7.3% average gradient, but the max is 18.3, and realistically, while we're going up from the get-go, really the first 3.5K is nothing. So really it's just a 10-kilometer climb, and that's going to raise it up quite a bit, maybe 8.5%, 9%, maybe even 10% for an average. And you can see it just kind of gets steeper and steeper, even though it's broken up into sections. Something very unintentional happened in this stage that I just kind of went, okay, on. And that's Dianigi, the guy who just had his fitness peak end. Plus one race day condition today, right at the very, very beginning of the stage. As I was just bringing my riders to the front like I normally do, as I had him settle down and stop chasing, and I'll take a little acceleration here just to not get dropped. Wow, at a 93, he still got... There you go. The riders that were around him at the time as we went to sit up, and I actually had already assigned him to protect McNulty, and all of a sudden the riders he was with all sprinted and created a little gap behind them. And without even trying, he was in a breakaway. And the breakaway wasn't chased. It just got bigger to the point of 20 riders, and away they rode. So with no effort, he hasn't contributed whatsoever. He is comfortably 8.5 minutes ahead of the field. That's actually a pretty big lead that I'm not a big fan of, but he will ride casually, get dropped by that group. I'm not going to ride for the stage or anything with him. He will ride in support of Evenepoel. That is all I am here for in this race. I am not looking for any stages beyond if it happens at the front with Evenepoel. So he's here to support. He will do so, meaning he's going to ride slowly and casually up the hill, conserve his energy, and when these guys get to him, he'll accelerate and pull. So that's happened. And meanwhile, in the field, not much chase. It's been an 8.5 minute gap since the very beginning of the stage. AG2R, the one chasing it back, I don't have to worry about chasing it because I have a rider in the break. And I'm comfortable with the lead, and I'm comfortable with us not being the one to take the stage. I just don't want to lose time to my competitors. So there you go. That's that. 37K to go. Let's grab water, Dianigi, and let's also, Genometer, go ahead and grab some water one final time before we set ourselves up to do that big climb. Now, to me, it's a little harder to keep an eye on the front and the back at the same time. A lot of jumping back and forth, so I'm never a fan of doing that. It's one reason why I don't often put riders into the break. But we're already beginning to ascend as we head towards this mountaintop finish. Gap's at 8 minutes now, so it's only come down by 30 seconds. AG2R is definitely riding a little bit harder, a little bit faster now, but they haven't done anything yet that's going to impact us. Mater, very little energy used to get back to the front with the water. Come up on that final sprint point. We're about 5 kilometers behind. These guys just went through it. That's a pretty big gap as we head towards just a single climb. Now, the times are going to come down pretty quick, and somebody like Dianigi will be caught. If I can, I would ride with somebody else, but I'm not sure that's going to be the case. He's just going to probably be the first one out the back, I would imagine, as he comes back towards the field. But we're about to hit the 20K banner. And like I said, we're already going up. Seeing the first acceleration. Poirot, Ilnar Zakarin, DeMarquis. Couldn't care less by their attacks. Chase is just not trying very hard. But it's burning up AG2R. Which I gotta refresh my memory. It's been a few days. Lopez and Yates. That's all I need to worry about. Lopez and Yates. Everybody else is too far back with just 3 stages to go. 3 big climbing stages though, so we are definitely going to need to watch out a bit, but this is all back together.
We've got 15 kilometers to the finish line.
Alright, I just saw a little acceleration in here. Here it comes. Now it's Bahrain. So Lopez's team is starting to go for it. Seeing another acceleration at the front. I'm okay if you're blinking red, Dianigi, and sliding backwards. You don't need to put in the effort. These guys putting themselves ahead of you is okay by me. He is already onto the climb, by the way. And we're starting to blink red. Make sure we're not too far back. No, we're okay. And actually, they've already sat up again. First rider dropped. It's not Dianigi. 2 riders away. DeMarquis and Zakarin attack it again. We get a little split here, caused by me. Dianigi not riding as hard as the other guys. Okay, you guys are a little too far back. So, Gottwald, let's accelerate a little bit. We are well into the climb now, 11K to go. Okay, Dianigi, group of 5 here. This is perfect for him. Okay, we're going to set that down to a 70. Don't want to waste energy. Still a 8-minute gap to the front, so we haven't closed it down at all. But again, that's not a concern for me. My guys are all still here.
Soler is off.
Mark Soler attacking.
With percentages above 10%.
Use it up the Bahrain Merida riders, so this is good for us.
Only 5 kilometers.
Felchi starting to slip back a little bit. Pick up a little pace. I don't want you to fall back too much and get dropped from the group. Who is your... Oh, you don't have a protecting rider. You're riding solo. Oh, hello. We're seeing Lopez attacking. All right, it is time to do something. 7K to go. Set everybody up. Venipol, still fresh. Doing pretty good. McNulty. Gottwald. Felchi. Okay, it's probably going to be either Mater or Garfield from there. Mater. Garfield. Gel for you. Gel for you. And you're a hills guy, so 95 is your pace. Go. Bring those guys back. Oh, he's already out of red bar. Oh man, so is he. I expected them to last a little bit longer than that. Come on, Mater. Not the way I wanted this one to go. We still have 6K to go. Felchi is still way behind. It's going to end up being Gottwald next. By the way, how are we doing up here? Dianigi has been dropped. He's riding solo right now. Gottwald, you're going to take over. Felchi finally getting to position, but you're going to go behind here. Okay, McNulty of Venipol still going strong. 6K. It's a long ways to go, so I don't need to panic. We're getting through a steep section here.
It's survival of the fittest, and evolution doesn't seem to favor those in the rear.
The steepest section is coming. We're going to make up a lot of time in a short period of time. We're actually solo at the moment. Alright, I'm going to save you for a little bit. I want Felchi to chase back hard here for a moment as we hit this steep section. Doing a little red bar damage on a Venipol, but we're covering that gap. Oh, he's done. Okay, Gottwald. Back to you, buddy. Dianigi still hanging in there. We're down to 2.9K already. Man, oh man, it's going fast. Where is Dianigi? Still way ahead. Slow down. Okay, McNulty, 2.8K. Come on. This is a gap that I thought we would have had covered by now.
The riders are in a portion above 10%. And they're off. It's going to be very fast.
Alright, McNulty is running out. We've caught the group. These guys are all being dropped. There's two we got to watch out for, and Venipol's going to have to go solo. 2K. Dianigi, how close are you? 600 meters ahead, so use your gel. Venipol, not 99. Okay, Martinez has won the stage. And we've just about covered this. Alright, we've caught these guys. 1K to go. Dianigi, where? Come on. Slow down. Slow down. I want you to give us a little right out at the end if you can. 600 meters. Dianigi's almost to the line. Just go. Finish yourself off at a Venipol. A few hundred meters more. There you go. There's the acceleration. Take it. And we've won out again. The Dianigi thing almost worked out, but the gap was a little too huge. But a Venipol beats his competitors again by being patient, using the team. I was starting to get worried that they were going to gain some time on us today, and instead we end up taking a little time off them once again. The team did its job. They were patient. We didn't waste the energy. We just climbed, kept the gap decent enough that when everybody else was at the end of their limits, a Venipol wasn't. And it looks like he gained a minute or two in the final K. Enough so not only to close the gap, but shoot right on past those guys. Claim 13th. Teammate Dianigi, in a group of 20, putting in no effort whatsoever, ends up finishing 12th. Slowly climbing, never running out of energy. He could have finished higher, but we were focused on him trying to support a Venipol, which he was there to do so, right? He would have picked him up and given us at least 400 meters if the gap wasn't as big as it ended up being. So he gains 13 seconds on Lopez and Yates, and then gains a minute on the other closest competitors, further establishing his position. Now 240 ahead of Lopez, 320 ahead of Yates, 820 ahead of Bennett. Those guys are done. They are well out of it. McNulty's still in 8th place, again doing the work for the team. But it's looking more and more likely. But we've got 2 big stages ahead of us, so it's not over yet.
The pack is reducing the advantage with every turn of the pedal.
This is it. This is the Queen stage, or at least according to the commentary.
This climb is feared by many riders. The percentages are very high.
We're seeing a big acceleration here by Bahrain Merida and AG2R. And we'll see if we can cover the tempo. It's an ALS category, 20 kilometers, 8.5%. And there is no recovery period at all on this climb. It's just up and up and up. We've already been up 1 climb today. We've still got 2 more climbs to go. I do think it's going to largely come back together, but this climb will demolish the field. Breakaway had 24 riders. We already pulled 1 back. The other 23 have a 5-minute gap, which is definitely less than what they had a little while ago. Okay, we've covered off the tempo so far. Condition is good today, but we are very much near the... Ooh, the road just got skinny. We're very much near the end. Evenepoel, the white outline that goes away the last couple days. Yeah, today the white outline was gone. But tomorrow is the last stage we need to worry about. He'll still have his fitness peak for there. I think there are 2 more riders, though, that theirs could be gone tomorrow, meaning tomorrow will be a little bit more of a struggle with fewer teammates to support. But Evenepoel has a +4 today. McNulty, whose peak is gone, somehow has a +5 today. I know he's still in the top 10, and we reconnoitered these stages, and it's an objective. So he's got a couple things going for him, but being on a +5 without the fitness peak is pretty amazing. Felci slipping back a little bit. I don't mind that we're slipping back somewhat, but Garfield and Gottwald, that's a little too far. So we'll up your pace a little bit. That's the back of our field right now. 88 in the peloton. We're going to definitely catch some of the riders before the top. Mater is struggling. You got to get to the middle a little bit. Oh, there goes Peterson. Peterson was protecting Evenepoel, so somebody else needs to take over on that. Felci is close enough, so you're going to be the guy. Peterson, you go to Otto. Mater, trying to make up some ground here. He's still struggling and going backwards, but we don't want him to get totally wasted early. Garfield is done. He was protecting Gottwald. And Mater's been dropped. Tianigi is getting dropped. Mater, Gottwald, just about have it covered now. Gottwald, let's try to get you up there towards McNulty. Mater hanging on for now. 56 left in the peloton. They've sat up a bit for now, so the chase went out of Bahrain Merida. And now somebody new is coming on. There's Kwiatkowski as well. Conchi, now the guy giving chase. And we go off the tarmac here. We're only halfway up the climb. It's going to get tough. Gap's back to 8.5 minutes.
They obviously don't have anybody in the breakaway group.
At the moment, I only have the 2 riders that have been dropped because of the pace went out of the chase. It's up to 9 minutes. Okay, Kwiatkowski now accelerating. He's the one giving chase, the only rider giving chase, and he's been at the front for quite a few kilometers, so that's the reason why we've lost a good 1.5, 2 minutes here in the last little bit, but the group's still shrinking. For one thing, Dianigi's been dropped. And a lot of other guys. Volgren's dropped. Arme. Paulus has been dropped. Poles. Vincenzo Nibali. Frele. Toynes. Izagira. Smith. About to get dropped. Lucas Hamilton's about to get dropped. Last 2 kilometers here. And I've still got 4 teammates. Final K. About to have that number decrease. Felchi about to get dropped. So is Mater. So there was another acceleration. There you go. Felchi's dropped. Mater has been dropped as well. Almost made it over the top. Gottwald at least will, so I'll still have 2 teammates here. 29 left in the peloton. Plenty of time to recover. Venepol and McNulty will be just fine. Gottwald, let's get some water. Oh, can I cancel that order? That's okay. Small group. It's fine. Back to 29. Felchi, Bader. They are a minute behind. They might be able to recover. Fulsang, Egg, Pogacar, Sivakov. That's a good group of riders that just crashed together. Gottwald still hasn't been able to come forward. And still hasn't been able to recover. This road's just too skinny. There you go. Hand the water over. And now it's just 56k to go. And most of the climbing is now done. So let's up our tempo just to hang. Sky, movie star, given the chase. It's a 9-minute, 20-second gap, and it's coming down quite quickly. And with 4 of those guys, they're going to keep up a tempo that others can't. So we almost immediately reel in some of the breakaway riders. But they are scattered all over the road. Oh, that's bad for Ackerman. That far down. And Degand. They are way behind. And just fell. That could possibly eliminate them from this race. Here's another group of 7 that we're coming back up to. We've caught them quickly. Felchi not far behind, but it's looking like he's not going to make it back up there. And Gottwald gets dropped. And Kwiatkowski as well. He spent a lot of kilometers on the front. He did good just to stay there. 23 riders in the peloton, and still quite a few riders ahead of us, and still quite the gap, meaning the breakaway is almost certain to take the stage today. But it's still Movistar and Sky burning through their riders to lead us towards the finish. Right now, I'm going to allow these guys to ride solo. McNulty will go into a protective position before long, though. Gottwald slipping further back. He's a minute and a half behind now, and only partially recovered.
Their front group is disorganized, and some riders are exploiting this opportunity to attack.
All right, go ahead and set you up to cover. Do we need water? I think we're okay.
15 kilometers.
Very steep finish. Very steep finish. And I'm down to just the 2 riders, but I've got McNulty in great form today, so I think he can really help this chase. Venepol, don't go backwards, please. Okay, I'll set you to an 84.
Wow, that's one attack that's going to leave a good view in its wake.
Yates now putting work in at the front, so they're burning through him. Bardet is here. There's Lopez. Adam Yates. So there's our 2 guys we got to watch out for. So Ducati Quick Step, they have Knox. We got Simon Yates. Bernal 6th overall. The rest of the Sky Riders are up at the front working. Anybody back that's still fresh? Quintana. Let's see. Sosa is still there for Sky. And no, that's Mitchelton Scott. And that's it. These guys have no additional support. They're all working at the front. So McNulty, the only fresh rider of the top 3 that's not already putting work in on the chase. So those guys are going to exhaust themselves, and they have no support.
The group has to break apart.
So we'll keep an eye on those two when they accelerate, and then McNulty will immediately go into chase.
The riders just passed the 5 kilometers road sign.
Don't like that we're slipping back a little bit here. All right, approaching the climb, it's 6 kilometers, 10%. It's not that steep. We are starting to see some fatigue setting into the field. The chase is pretty hot, so McNulty a little bit tired, Evenepoel just a little bit tired as well. 24 in the peloton. Okay, here we go. Lopez is starting to attack, and there's our 3 guys to watch out for, so ease off. Set about a 90. 4.6. McNulty should be able to chase this.
Counter attack by Adam Yates.
Oh, here we go, into the big crowd. 4K. And now they sit up, so we're going to ride back towards the front. And that's Lopez who's starting to drop.
The riders are in a portion of a
It's Yates now, with Bernal following. And Lopez is slipping behind. McNulty still doing relatively well. He's caught up a little bit here behind Quintana, which isn't a terrible thing. Evenepoel will get your gel ready.
Watch out, a team leader is falling behind.
1.7. McNulty just about done. Evenepoel doesn't have much left himself, and it's time for him to go. But there's just Yates and Bernal right there. And Lopez right there. 1K to go. Not much energy here, though, so I can't really attack. 700 meters. Breakaway's about to cross the line. 600 meters.
This win is well
Enrique Mas takes the stage. There you go. Yates is done. It's Bernal and Lopez. I'm done. I'm done. Lopez is going to gain a few seconds. Hopefully I get same time as these 3.
We're waiting for the back markers.
Take 6th on the stage. Moss was the only rider left of that breakaway. McNulty 11th on the stage. I think we're okay. I think we're okay on that one. I mean, it wasn't the best result, but again, I've not had one single rider in the top 10 favorites at all at any point, except I think the time trial. So the fact that we're there, and we're hanging in there, we're not losing time, stage after stage, is so important. And that one just about get through it. We nearly lost it, but we didn't. So 2 stages left in the Giro d'Italia. 1 big climbing stage to go, and then 1 sprint stage. So we only have to survive 1 more stage and then make sure we don't crash out on that final stage. But this is just about it. We might just pull this off. We are basically out of time now, though, for this episode. So we'll get an update on the standings. I'm assuming that Lopez gained a few seconds. Time up. Anybody left out there is going to miss the time cut. Yeah, we got a couple guys that are being eliminated right now.
Now for the best moments of the day.
But I shouldn't have lost time to the others. I mean, we crossed together. Right? Moss. Yeah, Lopez gains 14th. Oh, come on. They put me behind, but those three together. It was half a bike length. Half a bike length. Okay, so Lopez gains almost half a minute, and then it's 12 seconds to Yates. So we do lose a small amount of time. But we're still 2:08 ahead of Lopez, 3:09 ahead of Yates, and everybody else is definitely too far back now. With one climbing stage to go, we've got a 2-minute and 3-minute buffer over Lopez and Yates. And McNulty's still in 8th place. He's got a 2-minute buffer over Sosa and a 3.5-minute buffer over Formolo to keep his position. Points classification, we're plus 14 on Lopez. Viviani is 26 points behind. So that might just be enough on that final stage. You got to figure he's going to grab as close to max points on that last stage. Not going to take the KOM. We've already got the under 25s wrapped up. And we've slipped to 3rd as a team. Movistar have gone a half-minute clear. But we're still in a great place. And yeah, just one to go. Stage 20 is... That is a kind of stage that you can lose 2 or 3 minutes on. If you get dropped on one of those first 2 climbs especially, coming back could be a real challenge. And fatigue on that final climb could be a factor to where there's huge gaps. Especially, so this first climb, that's a decent amount of recovery time. But this second climb, it's very steep, but that's a short recovery period. Meaning you're only going to just get the heart rate down low enough to recover by the time you're already halfway down. So there's going to be a very small amount of recovery from there to here. So when you combine these 2 climbs together as kind of a singular unit with a lack of recovery in between, I could see really big time gaps on stage 20. It's 197 kilometers, and we're climbing from, about 135 to the end. So 65, 70K of mostly uphill climbs. I mean, what's the combined climb? We've got 11, 10, and 15. So 36K of climbing with very little break in between. And it's almost all straight up. That is absolutely the kind of stage where you can see multiple minutes in gaps. Teammate support's going to be really important, especially through that first climb. I need to have everyone's still there through that first climb, and not just McNulty. Well, not everyone's still there, but not just McNulty and Evenepoel at the base of the second climb. I need to have a couple other riders still there at that point. Otherwise, we could be in real trouble. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there, and bye for now.